What's up, everybody? No live stream tonight. I'm sorry. I'm going to go watch the new movie, the new Star Wars movie. Enjoy this instead, Oji-san. Don't forget to subscribe, Oji-san. Good morning, everybody. This is going to be kind of an old school Oji-san painting session, and I'm doing this because I'm going to go watch the new Star Wars movie tonight, and I will not be able to go live. So I thought I would throw a little bonus drawing in for you guys today, and kind of got a landscape feeling here. So it's what we're going to do. I'll try to talk a little bit, but since I'm not live and I don't have anybody to talk to, it's kind of hard to ramble on like a lunatic here by myself, but we'll see what we can do. Hope everybody's ready for Christmas. I hope nobody got too stressed out over the whole thing, because it can surely happen. And there is absolutely no reason for it. You know, this last couple months on YouTube have been really good, really great. I really feel like I've just made a lot of friends, and it's cool that people are digging my art and all that kind of stuff, but the main thing is just kind of getting to know everybody, finding all these folks from all over the world. And I do mean all over the world. So I hope everybody's ready for Christmas. I hope nobody got the Christmas blues, because I hate that. I hate thinking that anybody's out there feeling bad about Christmas. When there is no need for it. So what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of throwing this weird kind of desert mountain looking thing in the back, and of course we're gonna have it in front of some water here. We'll figure out what we're gonna do with that when we get to that point. I think I'm almost to the point where I can start getting back into my traditional stuff. Maybe start doing a few acrylic paintings again. It's been a while since I've done one, but I think it's about time. I may be getting too crazy with all that stuff there. Like I said, I try to talk as much as I can, but it's a little harder when you don't have somebody to talk to. As much as I like doing the creepy, scary stuff, I like doing these weird landscape things just as well. Problem is with these things sometimes is you just you gotta know when to stop. I've tried a few straight up Bob Ross type paintings before, and I talk about Bob Ross a lot, and that's because he was I don't know if you saw the video with my mom, the huge influence on her as far as her art. So he's always kind of been an influence on everything. I just kind of caught on to his technique and his style, and I love how it's the illusion of detail more than the actual details, you know what I mean? Like I said, things on YouTube, on my DeviantArt, on everything have just kind of taken off in this last couple months, and I really appreciate all the support from everybody. You know, my wife and my kids have always had my back, but they'll always be my #1 fans. But I've come across a lot of new folks who are really supporting me, and I can't thank you enough. Alright, we need to put that on a new layer. And what we'll do with this new layer, and the reason I layer so much, and you'll notice kind of a pattern, is I'll put a new layer down, then I'll go back with my eraser, and as I kind of erase it like this, and you know, turn the strength of your eraser down, as you erase it, it brings the layer behind it out, so you can kind of get that real nice layered effect. Now, it's been a while since I've done one of these kind of big planet moon things, but we're going to give it a whirl here. And that's the other thing I like about digital work is with these layers, I can sneak something in behind these. You know, I've had a lot of my new friends on here talk about how they don't think they can draw, or they don't think they could do this stuff. I'm just telling you, I think you can. You're just going to have to get out there and try and just start playing with this stuff. That's my best advice for you. Find you one of these programs. Like, I really like Sketchbook. It's made by Autodesk. But there's tons of programs out there you can use. Just find one you like and start playing with it. And like Sketchbook here, and I know Photoshop has a lot of built-in brushes and stuff too. They all do. But you can get in here and just start playing with these brushes, and you just never know what you're going to come up with. Give it a whirl. That's all I can tell you. Just get out there and start playing. Just let yourself be a kid and start playing. This is going to look pretty crazy at first, but you'll see what I'm going to do with it here in just a second. And I love doing the live streams, don't get me wrong, but sometimes I have to do a one of these old school videos where I don't have anybody hanging out with me, because I can relax just a little bit more, I think. I mean, I'm comfortable around everybody that hangs out in my live streams, but it's still a little different. I'll tell you some of my most favorite videos to watch on art are the guys that do the speed paint with the spray paint and the spray cans. I love watching those guys. If you've never gone out there and checked any of that stuff out, that is crazy what they can do, and they do it so fast. You know, they're like street performers, but they really do some amazing stuff. Quick. And I know I keep rambling on about my new live channel, but that's kind of a nerve-wracking deal. That kind of came from I think you pronounce it Pusa Studios or whatever, the Canadian couple. They do these big live streams, and actually Ralph sent me there. Gil Skills is there a lot, but it's one of their suggestions they had was to separate my live and my my uploads. So we're going to give it a try. They kind of seem like they know what they're talking about, so we're going to try. You know, when you start a new channel, it's nerve-wracking, and I've had this thing for almost 2 years now, and just now got it over 100 subscribers, so it's kind of nerve-wracking to just start a new channel. But we're going to try it. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do at this point is I have to save a version of this so I can go back and in case I screw this up. Because at this point in the game, what I have to do is merge all these layers together so that I can get this effect on the water that I want. So now before I do, we're going to put just a little bit more of a coastline kind of effect right there. turn our symmetry off, and then we'll take some of this down a notch. Oh, see, then there I go, screwing up already, guys. Forgot to add a new layer. Yeah, you gotta kind of embrace the screw ups if you're going to be an artist. And that's one of the big advantages you'll have if you're doing digital art, is you can go back and get your work back and finish without it just being devastating. And, I do love doing traditional work, but kind of, if you screw that up, it is what it is. As we're with digital stuff here, you can save a copy, take a chance, and then go back and fix it. If it doesn't work out, it ain't the end of the world. You can take care of it. So we'll merge that again. And now, this is kind of the big step here. We're going to add some ripples into the water, and then we're going to smudge everything a little bit, and we will see where we end up here. Let's see, I got to find the right brush. Just try that up here. Yeah. Now also, at any point, if I just feel like I've just ruined this thing, I can go back and grab that version that I saved before I started this part of it. And you know, the other thing too is, like, if you get into this artwork at all, You just do your thing. You don't worry about what anybody else does or doesn't do, or likes or doesn't like. You just do your thing. You put your stank on it, as I like to say, and the folks that dig your stuff, great. But you're not here to please a bunch of people. You just do your own thing, have your own style. That's what I like. I mean, here I am sitting in the middle of Arkansas and drawing all this kind of fantasy stuff and you know, just not what people would typically expect me to be doing. But that's because I'm just doing my own thing. It's like I said, putting my own stank on it. I want that sky a little darker. And it's like I said, I love doing the live streams and hanging out with folks, but if I really just want to get down to business, I'll just kind of hang out here and do one of these. And it's been a while. I used to do a lot of these. If you go out there on my DeviantArt site, you can see just a ton of these things. I was really getting into all this kind of space art and stuff like that before. Alright, so what I want to do is way off there in the distance. Put a little tree. Now I know I can zoom in. I know I can. But I just kind of don't want to. And it's even harder on me because I am blind as a bat. Alright, I guess we're going to zoom in. Hold on 1 second, folks. Alright, so we're good and zoomed in now, and I hope, here we go. Oh man. Alright, so we're kind of getting down to it here. Starting to look pretty good. We're going to turn this zoom off here real quick. We're going to save this, and then we're going to go play with it a little bit, see if we're happy with it. If we are, we'll be done. Now you guys can't really see what I'm doing here. You can probably see my file coming up, but I've got another program. I talk about it a lot. It's called Photor, and it's where I go and adjust out these digital paintings and stuff. And by adjust, I mean I will play with the contrast and the hues and get everything just the way I want it. Just like you would if you were touching up a photograph or something like that. And I swear, if this phone goes off one more time, I'm going to throw it through a wall. And again, I apologize that you guys can't exactly see what I'm doing here, but you will see it here in just a second. And I know right now you're just watching me squinting my eyes and clicking my mouse, but I'm trying to get this thing just the way I want it. Alright, it's getting ready to come back at us here. So what we've got going on here looks pretty good. And when I say I go mess with the contrast, hues, darkness, all that stuff, I'll show you what we get. So from that to that, and it's looking pretty good. See, my laptop screen is not nearly as good as my second screen here, so I have to kind of compare between the two. I think we're good. And I hope you guys enjoyed this old school, we'll call it a bonus video today. It will have to take the place of my my live stream tonight, because I am going out to dinner and going to a movie with my dream girl, Mrs. Oji-san, who I've been married to for the last 27 years. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, this is just because I'm not going to live stream tonight, I thought I'd throw this in here. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you know anybody that would like this kind of artwork, send them my way, because you know, if you watch my channel, I won't disappoint. I'll just keep cranking it out as often as I can. And like we always say around here, what did we say? Until the next video, Oji-san out.